everyone. Say a nice big hello.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome, one and all. Oh, shoot. Right, boom. Okay, hello, everyone. So, with this, welcome to this week's Geek Battle Show here on Extreme Improv Xstreamed. So, on tonight's show, we've got lots of performers. We're going to have some geeky games, which mixes improv with debate, discussion, trivia, and probably some other stuff. But let's meet our performers. They're each going to provide you with a geek trivia fact to try and get some bonus points, starting with Rob. Say hello to the people.
Hello, everybody. My name is Rob, and my geek fact, it's a fact most people know, but Mission Impossible 2 came on the other day, and every time I see it, I feel really bad for Dal Gray Scott, because the reason he wasn't Wolverine was because Mission Impossible 2 ran long, and that movie's horrible. So he missed out on, Hugh Jackman's made, $200 million off playing Wolverine, and he missed out on it because of horrible Mission Impossible 2. I feel bad for the guy.
Oh, wow. One point for him, then. Okay, DB, say hello to the people.
Hey, everybody. How you doing? I'm DB. That's spelled DB, not D-E-E-B-E-E, like a 1970s musician or something. It's just DB. You want me to give you my little piece of the thing?
Yes, please. Give me your little piece of thing.
Oh, God, I'm so sorry. So, yeah, if you know, in Star Trek 5, they go to a place. They're looking for a place called Shakari. The reason it's called Shakari is because they originally wanted Sean Connery to play the part of the main villain, who was essentially God.
Wow. Okay.
Sean Connery didn't take the role. I'm sorry. Sean Connery obviously didn't take the role.
Okay, Marty, what would you say? What's your geek trivia fact? Say hello to the people.
Hello, everybody. My trivia, since DB mentioned Sean Connery, I will too. Sean Connery was also was asked to play Gandalf, but he refused because he didn't understand it.
Wow. Okay. Super. Right. Steven, say hello to the people.
Hello, I'm Steven. My fact, I suppose it should be a Muppets thing, because I am currently in the Muppet Theatre, would be that Kermit the Frog is the only amphibian to testify before Congress.
What? Do you know any more context to that?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a great fact anyway.
Oh, DB does.
Hi-ho! It was an environmental thing. He was going there to talk to them for an environment. It was just really like a press junket, but...
No, it was about insider trading for pork rinds.
Okay. Cap, say hello to the people.
Hello, everyone. And my geek fact is, giving some info on our last show session. So the cat parasite that will creep up into us humans, we talked about this when we were talking about the zombies, it's Toxoplasma gondii. And I said, so the research is a little bit fuzzy on this one, but still, the warning is do not handle cat poop if you are pregnant. The other than that, if you are facing a zombie apocalypse, have a shield. That's better than most weapons, because like the Roman shield, that would be perfect to barricade yourself against multiple zombies. And you can use a spear or a good sword to stab and make your way out of that.
But what if you're the only one? A zombie will just get you from behind.
Well, that's the thing. Other than nothing, at least one side...
What if, you're in a circle of shields and one of you is infected? They're like, oh, shit, we're all stuck in here with it.
Well, don't be with other people.
Okay, there we go. Right, as always, I have to give the disclaimer that to understand Cap's facts, you need to have watched last week's show. So, Ruth, say hello to the people.
Hey, how you doing? I just can't stop thinking now about a cat litter box owned by Gandhi. Okay, so me and DB are having the Vulcan mind melt today because I have a Star Trek fact too. It was originally going to be named Wagon Train to the Stars after the 1957 film Wagon Train. I don't know
Wow.
what those people were smoking back in the 60s.
That is
but-
almost certainly going to get the point. Tim, you are going to
Okay.
have to top that.
Gene Roddenberry is brilliant. That was some part of his plan at one point. You're probably not off. I'm Tim. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I'm a GERD. I'm a geeky nerd. I take medicine for it. So asshole reflux. I come back. My thing is about the Comics Code Authority. So like back in the 50s, there was a lot of juvenile crime that was being noticed, and they were blaming it on comic books and what kids were reading in comics. There was horror stuff. They didn't like really navigate it to where they made crime look bad. Like you notice with Marvel and DC later on, crime was bad, good was good. It all went along with this comics code. So because there was this German psychiatrist that wrote a book that was about comics, The Seduction of the Innocent. And then there were Senate hearings, and they were like, they burned comic books. I mean, it's hard to believe they actually did that shit. They burned comic books. And then, later on, in the 80s, things started to chill out a little bit. And then by, the 2000s, Marvel and DC both said, screw you. And because they were the leader, the front runners in the industry, all the other smaller publications followed suit and said, screw you to the comics code. Now they put anything they want in it. Because you couldn't talk about even drug use if it was someone who had a drug illness, like someone who needed help. You couldn't refer to them in a comic because it was making it glamorous. But at one point, I think it was in the 80s, that Marvel did one with Spider-Man. It was a story. And Stan Lee got attacked by the Senate, but then they finally agreed that, okay, yeah, this is, if we do it this way, where you don't make it look like drugs are good, you can do that. So then they really governed for a long time what you could read in the comic book.
Do you know what? I'm going to watch this show back later, and I might be able to take that in a bit better, but I'm kind of tired. So that sounds really good, Tim. I'm going to give you a point, but I'm going to give another point to Ruth. So with this, we are going to go on to our first round. Last week, as Cap did bring up, we discussed what you would do if there was an actual zombie apocalypse. Now, we had this as a slightly different, interesting debate round, and we're going to slightly follow that theme again this week. This week we have seen I don't know if you guys have seen it, but there is the new trailer out for The Matrix 4. So The Matrix 4 has had its reveal trailer within the last few days. And so for this, our topic today, which we won't spend too long on, is how would we actually know if we were or were not in The Matrix? How would you know? Cap, give us a thought.
Well, currently there has actually been research been doing this, and what scientists are doing is creating a simulation. And what they're doing is our universe does have basic rules of physics. And if we simulate a universe and we code those same rules of physics, and if it reacts the way it does to our universe, 100%, and makes the same mistakes that our universe makes, then that proves that the universe could be a simulation more or less than any other evidence. But currently we don't have enough power for supercomputers. Currently they are running a simulation which is not perfect. That's why quantum computers would be the best way to get the answers. But yeah, that's...
But what about PlayStation 5?
Not enough computing power.
Wow. Okay, interesting opening thought there. Anyone else? Are we in a simulation? Is this The Matrix? Would you take the red pill or the blue pill? If so, anyone want to come in on this?
I took purple by mistake. Ask me again in 4 hours.
Okay, I'll ask again in 4 hours. Anyone want to come in on this? I thought this was an interesting area of debate, but perhaps not. DB.
Dumb.
Sorry?
Dumb. The Matrix being real is dumb. I think the Matrix being real, the idea is it's dumb. It's dumb. That's all.
Elaborate
on that?
That's my argument. My argument is it's dumb.
Well, you're just a denier of the Matrix.
Look, I don't hate the movies. I think the movies are good movies. I love movies. I'm a big fan of movies. I could talk about the Matrix for days, but I think that the idea that someone needs to create all that to harness something from us. Is that why we lose socks? because they're actually trying to collect socks and bring them to another world. It's just, I'm sorry, I just don't think it's real. That's where I stand.
Okay,
No.
Stephen.
Well, that bringing up the socks thing kind of makes me think that this must be the real world, because there's so much boring shit that happens that who would design that? Like,
right.
Like the
socks are boring. Socks are boring.
But like, in a simulation, you wouldn't deal with like laundry and doing the dishwasher and waiting in the queue at the bank. It's too boring.
Hang on a second. Look, I'm gonna counter that myself. Look, if any of you here play video games, how much like you play a game, you've got like Cap, I know you like The Witcher, or there's The Legend of Zelda and all stuff like this. How much of it is just filler? How much of it is just, oh, now you need to go and fetch this key, and you need to go and take it over there to give you an item to go all the way back. Everything is filler. Like, that's people design this.
You gotta meditate to refill your life.
Yeah, so the socks, it's all just filler. Right,
it's all
Tim.
Filler. It's all filler to fill time. Oh, God.
But are we debating whether the Matrix would exist or not exist, or... I'm not exactly sure what we're debating.
Excellent. This is going well. So, the idea is, just like last week, we discussed what you would do in a zombie apocalypse, just to bring something from fiction into like how we would handle it. Is the idea of, are we in a simulation? Is this the Matrix around us? There's the new Matrix trailer. We can use that film as a template. Like, how would you know if you were in the Matrix? I suppose coming on to the next part of it, it's like, would you take the red pill or the blue pill? Would you want to be awakened to the reality, or would you stay within the reality that we seemingly know now? Tim?
See, I like the Matrix. I'm not a giant fan. I don't know if I've even seen all of them, so I could be, I don't know.
If you've seen one, you've seen them all.
I feel like if I was in the Matrix, and to know if I knew I was in it, I would be super disappointed that this is the body that I ended up getting. Because there's like, I mean, come on, that's hugely disappointing. So your odds are you're probably not in the Matrix if you look like this and your knees feel like mine. So if I can do all kinds of cool things like dodge bullets, and I would pick that well over anything else. I don't care, even if the life was short-lived. I would still take that over.
Okay, well, again, going by the rules of the Matrix, which we don't have to stick to entirely, but like when we see Keanu Reeves or anyone who are outside of the Matrix, they still are a representation. Their avatar looks like they would in real life. So, we are all stuck with what we're given, I'm afraid. But Cap.
Well, here's the thing, though. I'm not necessarily agreeing with the saying that a supercomputer that we built took over and created a simulation for us. I'm not sure about that, but the idea of us living in a simulation, I can believe that, but not the computer that we built, taking over us. Because, like, in the movie, what they're doing is they're using human as a power source. Like, something that advanced, it can actually use another power source. Our scientific achievement would be to harness the power of the sun to build the Dyson sphere, like in the Infinity War. That is much more of a good way to harness energy than, putting people in pods and...
But we're heading there. We can separate dark matter from matter. I mean, we're headed in that direction.
Yeah, that's our human achievement wants. And, like, if you want to harness energy from humans, that's so backwards. And I don't think a supercomputer would think, like, I'm going to survive by harnessing heat energy from people. But
and without monopolizing this, I do think that we could be headed in that direction. I do not believe that we are there. I believe that things are real and everything is really in front of us. But I do believe that mankind can really head in that direction, and we may.
Okay, Ruth?
Well, a couple of things. I have a friend who used to own a metaphysical bookstore, and she is convinced that we're living in a simulation. So sometimes...
You need to get her on this show. Like, we'll bring this subject back.
She's wild. She believes all kinds of things. She believes Steph's living underground at the Atlanta airport also. But
well,
I don't know.
True.
I was gonna say that, like, if there were really gonna be like a real Matrix where they were gonna suck off of some kind of power, I think it would have to be like, they would have to suck off the power of the narcissism of Instagram models. Because like this is a never-ending source of energy that's expanding in the universe exponentially, and this is what I think the next frontier is for making a true Matrix.
Okay, our audience, you can come in on this. Let us know what you would suck off the power. So, let's see. Any other thoughts on this in particular? Like, what I will add in as well, like, people have these, and they're pretty convincing. These, like, VR things, you put your head into them. You can look around and you can believe you're there. Imagine you were born into something. Now, we could look at this and say, oh, it's pretty good, but it doesn't look real. But what if what we're seeing, like, was literally, how would you know if you were in the Matrix? How would you know? Cap.
Well, about that said, if you do want to check out that real research the scientists do, you can go out and stick out a YouTube channel called Seeker, and like how humans are testing that we're in a simulation. And you can see the computers that they're using to create a simulation. We have created simulations, but they're not perfect. We still don't have the computing power. But quantum computer is gonna happen pretty soon. So yeah, be on the lookout for it.
Okay, Tim.
Yeah, you know, I really do agree with you on that, Cap. I think that's where everything's headed. It's almost scary. I'm sorry, I don't think I'm playing by the rules, but it's almost scary because I know people are going to do this, and this is how a lot of people are going to want to live their lives, and this is better than their own lives, and that's really sad, but it's going to happen. And then, like, could you imagine trying to go back to your body after like atrophied and trying to get back to normal life?
Well, actually, okay, so what's the WALL-E? Like the Pixar movie WALL-E, like where they're just like at the end, like isn't that literally just like what 2020 was? We're all sat here on Zoom, so like you know, isn't this
yeah, and so in WALL-E they're in the chairs for the entire time, and so for the last coming up to 2 years, for fuck's sake, I've pretty much spent my entire time lying on my bed. So now that I'm gonna go back into the real world and sitting on chairs, I'm having physical issues with that.
Like literally the same. Yeah. So
yeah, it's like we have to start buying makeup and working out and stuff. It's a real problem.
Yeah, all these things. So okay, so to bring this towards some sort of conclusion here, in the Matrix, for those familiar, there was the red pill and the blue pill. I forget which one would send you where, but it's like if you were in a simulation.
Red.
Sorry, Cap, do you know?
I think if you take the red, you would go down the rabbit hole. The blue, you would.
Okay,
if you took
so
the blue, you had an erection for 4 hours.
Purple.
Okay, let's go around. So say like tomorrow you find, or say like right now you find out that everything that you've known has been like a simulation. Would you go into the real world, or would you think ignorance is bliss and stay as things have been? You know?
Is anything promised to us in the real world? Like if you
lots of danger that you were enslaved and imprisoned in some sort of fake reality. You know.
Why would anyone want that? Why would anyone want that over the real world?
But hang on, but wouldn't you be concerned that that like someone says, okay, so it's all horrible out there, but actually what you are in now is you're a prisoner in a pod.
Neither is freedom. Neither is freedom. In no way, shape, or form. Whether you're inside the Matrix or outside of the Matrix, they're not free.
Wow. Okay. So, does anyone say red or blue pill? Rob, what's your thoughts?
I would be like the Joe Pantolano character, where I would, like they say, like you can't even taste food. Food tastes like shit in the real world.
Yeah.
So I would stay back where everything's fun and everything's good. I wouldn't. Yeah, I'd stay.
Okay. That's, well, if you think everything is fun and everything is good, I suppose. Tim?
I imagine I'd stay too, because I mean you already have, like, even if they're fake based on something that isn't, you know, something that isn't actually real, you have bonds and these things, relationships that you create. It'd be hard to not stay.
I'm 45. I don't need to start running around.
Wow. Okay. Marty,
you've chosen one.
Marty, what's your thoughts?
I'll go for the 4-hour erection.
Okay, so you're going into the real world, away from the Matrix.
If a 4-hour erection is the real world, then that's where I'm going.
Okay, Ruth.
Well,
was your erection.
based on Marty's medication, I don't think that would be an option for me. But for the red pill, I think would be good for me. I would, they say ignorance is bliss. I would get some glasses so everything didn't look so green in there, and I would just go crazy.
Wow. Okay. Stephen, did we get an answer?
Not really, no. I think if your daily life in the Matrix is acceptable and is what you know, the trauma of waking up in the real world would be too much to handle. That, not to be bleak about it, but if everything about your life changes in an instant, that's going to mess with your head and cause a lot of damage. So I don't know why you would choose for that to happen, because I don't see anyone surviving long in the real world if all they knew was this fake life.
Okay. Just before we come back to you, Tim, Cap, what is your thought?
Well, first of all, I don't want to lose this hair and wake up as bald, okay?
No, do you remember, going by the rules of the Matrix, you may wake up bald, but, Neo can grow his hair, so...
Then what I would do is I would hold on the pill and see how my life goes, and the moment it starts going, it's not in the good direction, I would take it and I'll wake up in the Matrix and see if that goes well.
For the haircut.
Okay, yeah, just because of a haircut. Right.
So Cap is going to have his cake and eat it too.
Yeah, okay. Tim, what do you want to say on this?
I just really quick want to give Marty a chance to change his answer, because I just want to give you the opportunity. It is not a 4-hour erection that you have. It's a 4-hour erection. It's like a bike rental. It's actually disembodied. It just follows you for 4 hours, Marty.
Wait, why is an erection following Marty for 4 hours?
Because it's bad.
Look behind you, Marty!
No, I knew I saw a big dick behind me at some point.
You picked
Okay.
that.
That was David.
Okay, so yeah, that was me. Right. What can I say? I would wake up to the real world. I can't believe I'm the only one who is all in on this. I would not stay in the simulation.
You want to taste a steak again, or ride a roller coaster?
Do you know what? But we already know from the Matrix. You guys are missing the huge point here. You go out into the actual world, then you can just plug into a thing, and suddenly you're Superman. You can suddenly do bullet time. You can suddenly do all of these things when you go back into the simulation for a holiday, but then you actually get to actually exist.
Put some color in it. It's
Guys,
all like metal, it's all steel.
If you had not already noticed, David already lives in the Matrix.
Yeah. Outside of this.
Yeah. He would be the guy who reads the Matrix and tells what's happening in the real world. He would be that person that, looks at the coded lines and says, this is happening. Oh, David, you're on mute. Oh, sorry.
Well, if David was in the Matrix, he would still find a way to plug his book.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's just it. I'd actually be able to have look. So you bring up such a point here, Stephen. So you could either get a paperback version, or you could go for a Kindle edition. And so it's do you want the Kindle edition, or do you want the paperback one where you can feel it in your hands? This is the real world. It's also available from Amazon.
I'm curious.
But the best thing about that, David, is that you won't know the difference between the real and the unreal. That's what's good about the Matrix, is that in the real world, if it's really, really bad, like the food, it's that bad. But in the Matrix, you can go to a different restaurant and you can try the same food and you won't know the difference if you don't take the pill.
Is Keanu Reeves in the Matrix all the time?
Yes.
Because that would influence me, because I'd rather be in the Matrix, because the chances of me running into Keanu Reeves in real life is only once in every 10 years.
I'd rather be in Bill and Ted.
You'd rather be where, Stephen?
I'd rather be in Bill and Ted.
Well, exactly. Okay, so
Does anybody like the sequels? Like, I think the first movie is fantastic, but does anybody? I think the sequels are so bad they make the original movie worse. Like, does anybody actually like the sequels here?
I do. I like that. They felt like they upped the ante visually in each movie. So that's what I like.
Yeah.
And also another thing, like David wanted to do and experience in real life. I can only imagine the orgy scene that they did in the Matrix, and that David has seen that.
what have I done? What have I seen?
There's an literal orgy in the second movie or the third movie in the real world, and I was like, David has seen that. Yeah, he wants to experience that.
I think I want to leave like a virtual reality. No, look, if I want to see some orgies, I can do it with my VR helmet much easier. Right. So anyway,
that's what I'm trying to tell you.
This is the closest I think we've
have it all.
Right. This is I think the closest we've ever had to a consensus in any of the debate rounds on Geek Battle, and it's all of you deciding to stay in the Matrix, except for me. I'm the one to hold out on this. So anyway, we're going to subscribe. We're going to move on to our next round, and our next round.
I've been here for the zombie question because I actually have an answer for that.
Well, we'll revisit zombies another time, I'm sure. But for this, what are we going to do now? Okay, so we are going to have a quick fire round. I am going to tell you a random character, and you have to buzz in and simply tell me where the random character comes from. It's as simple as that, and that's if I know myself. Right, but like we can help each other out. Here we go. The first character is the 10th Doctor.
Buzz.
Stephen.
Gallifrey?
Yeah, do you know what? I did mean what's franchise, but that's even better. You can give a geographical location if you want, but... Okay, next up, Mr. Echo. Rob.
Adewale Agabanjo in Lost.
Wow, okay. Next up, we have the character Dustin Henderson. Dustin Henderson. Cap.
Is it Ewan Henderson's brother?
No, it is not. For anyone who doesn't understand the in-joke there, I won't explain. DB.
Harry and the Hendersons?
Incorrect. Stephen.
Is that Stranger Things?
It is Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Moving on, we have The Flash.
Buzz.
Tim.
Just Justice League, DC
Yes.
comic.
Okay, next up we have... do you know what, this one... I'm not going to count this one because I'm just going to bypass it. It's E.T., which is literally just from E.T. I won't say if it is absolutely just this. Dr. Smith.
Buzz.
Marty.
Lost in Space.
Correct. Next up, we have Lenny Luthor.
Buzz.
Oh, Rob was first?
Superman.
Correct. Can you be more specific, anyone? I will give another point. DB.
Buzz.
That would be Superman 3.
Incorrect answer.
What?
Cap.
Superman 4, and he is Luthor's nephew.
Yes, correct answer.
John Cryer. It was John Cryer.
Yes. Okay. I don't know who this is myself, so we might be stuck on this one. Kevin Beckman. Could be a typo on Kevin Bacon. I'm going to go past it. Audience, if you know who Kevin Beckman is, tell us. Uhura.
Buzz.
Tim.
Star Trek.
Correct. And moving on from that, Marty McFly.
Buzz.
Rob, I saw first.
Back to the Future.
Correct. Next up, we have Howard Stark.
Buzz.
Cap's hand came up first.
Iron Man, Tony Stark's father.
Correct. Okay, K9.
Buzz.
I think Stephen was first.
Doctor Who. I'm not sure. I think the Doctor made him. Not too sure.
Sorry, what was the second show?
I think the Doctor made him. I'm not too sure, but he's also in the Sarah Jane Adventures and K9 and Company.
Yes, absolutely. Nuclear Man.
Buzz.
Cap.
Superman.
Can you be more specific?
Buzz.
Superman 3.
Oh no, it was Superman 4 again.
Buzz.
Right, okay.
Gosh.
No bonus point on that one. Right, Mystique.
Buzz.
DB's hand came up first.
That's X-Men.
Yes, correct. Next up, we have Walter Skinner.
Buzz.
Rob.
X-Files.
Correct. Next up, we have Lily Potter.
Buzz.
Ruth.
Harry Potter.
Correct.
Yeah.
Venom.
Goes to her.
Buzz.
Marty.
Spider-Man universe.
Okay, next up we have Donatello.
Buzz.
Cap.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Okay,
The
yeah,
one
we'll
with the
do
staff.
another 5. And I don't know where this one's from myself. James Cole.
Ooh. I know that name.
I don't.
He's a rapper. J. Cole?
It's not going to... That won't be on the answers list. Right. I don't know where that character comes from. We're going to skip it. The Joker.
Buzz.
Tim.
DC, Batman.
Correct. Rassilon.
Oh, shit. Yeah, Buzz.
Stephen.
That's Doctor Who. That's,
Correct.
yeah.
Next up, we have Jack Shepherd.
Buzz.
Marty.
Lost.
Correct. 2 more. Billy Cranston. Billy
That sounds so
Cranston.
familiar.
Does anyone know who Billy Cranston is?
That sounds so familiar.
Bryan Cranston's brother?
It is not. That would be an interesting thing, though. Going once, going
Breaking
twice.
Bad.
It's not Breaking Bad. It is the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Oh, and he was in that. Bryan Cranston was in that.
Okay.
Bryan Cranston was in the Power Rangers.
2 more we will do. Okay, Clara Oswald.
Buzz.
Stephen.
It's Doctor Who.
Okay, and lastly, we have Kevin Flynn. I don't know who this is either, so let's look it up. Kevin Flynn.
Buzz.
What? Okay, DB.
I had a friend at camp in 2nd grade. His name was...
Do you know what? Like, this is super interesting. It has ended up on my list. Now, Marty, you did send me some. Now, if you don't know who this is, then it didn't come from you.
I don't really know.
I don't know who this is. But when I've looked up Kevin Flynn, on Wikipedia it says, is a former politician in Ontario, Canada. I'm guessing that's not the same one. We don't know who that is. We'll choose 1 more.
I just
And
looked up James Cole. It's from James Cole's from 12 Monkeys. I just looked it up. I can't believe I missed that.
Oh, yeah.
12 Monkeys.
Love that show. It was a movie and a TV show. The TV show was fantastic.
I thought the TV show was awful, but okay.
Oh, Kevin's
Right.
done some Tron.
Right, so anyway, last one, Tyrion Lannister.
Buzz.
CB.
That's going to be Game of Thrones.
And that is correct. So with this, we will move on to our next round. Our next round, we're going to do a round which we haven't done in a little while. And that's where we're going to have 2, 4, 6, 8. We do have enough people to do this. We are going to have we're going to have 2 movies. And we're going to have 2 performers. And they're going to have to debate over which movie they think is better. They're going to have to try to convince the rest of the panel. They will each have 30 seconds to make their argument. So let's roll a dice to see who our first 2 combatants will be. We will have Ruth and we will have Rob. Ruth and Rob. So, a different type of R&R than we had earlier this evening on the Extreme show. So,
No rest.
Rob, your film that you will be defending is going to be... Oh, hang on, I'm going to have to pick another one, because this Ghostbusters Afterlife. I think that's the film that's literally not out yet, isn't it?
Yeah. It's
Okay, I'm going to give you Ghostbusters. So you've got the
Aye,
original...
but make it the 2016 one.
Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, let's do it. So, Ghostbusters 2016, Rob.
I didn't see.
Right, you're going to have to defend Ghostbusters 2016. Ruth, you need to say why you think It is a better movie. And we'll say that's It Chapter 1.
What happens if we don't know if we've never seen the movie?
Well, then that is your fault for not watching it. So, you will have 30 seconds on the clock each. Ruth, I think it's only fair in this case that you should go first. You have 30 seconds to say why It Chapter 1 is a better movie than Ghostbusters 2016. 30 seconds on the clock. Ruth, begin.
It Chapter 1 is a better movie than Ghostbusters, whatever, because it's 2 letters. That's all you have to need to consume to remember to go to the movies to see it. Easy to recognize. It's when when you get to the movie and you're watching it, you're looking for it, and so you don't have to worry about who is the main character, any development. You just know It is it.
Okay, that is your time, Ruth. Rob, you will now have 30 seconds for your rebuttal, where you will be saying why you think Ghostbusters 2016 is a better movie than It. And here you go.
The reason Ghostbusters 2016 is a better movie than It is because you just hear the word Ghostbusters and then you think of the original Ghostbusters, which had that amazing opening with the ESP and the, well, maybe my theory is correct, and this is true, this guy has no dick. And of course, the greatest ending of all time, Marshmallow Man. And in 2016, it gave a lot of female power roles, and, you know, that was cool. They got equal pay, I believe.
No.
They got equal pay. The movie itself...
And that is time. That is time. Rob, you only had to say words, and then perhaps you lost the argument there. Right, so, with this... now, between the rest of us, we will decide who actually made the better argument. It's not about which movie you prefer. It's about who you felt made the better argument. So, let's see. Tim, who would you give it to, Ruth or Rob?
I knew exactly what I was going to see when Ruth told me the movie, and it was very easy to remember. And go equal wages.
Okay, yeah. So, who are you... Sorry, just for clarity, who are you voting for?
Ruth.
Okay, Marty.
Oh, God, tough decision with this one. But I think Rob made a good argument.
Okay, one apiece. Cap, who are you voting for?
Well, I did see the movie. I didn't think it was that bad, Ghostbusters, I mean, but who made the argument? I would say Ruth did. I mean, that's the better argument.
Okay, Stephen, who would you say made the better argument?
Well, I don't think they did get equal pay. There's no way that Leslie Jones got paid the same as Miss McCarthy. But I do think Ruth made a fair point that it's a simpler title. You're not confusing it with an older film. Yeah, I thought it was Ruth.
Okay, it looks like Ruth is taking it. DB, what are you going to say?
I think it's important to note that the female brain is smaller than the male brain, so it can't hold as much information.
Okay, this is not the direction we're going for on this show. Right.
I just wanted to preface that with I picked Ruth to win.
Okay. Right, so moving on from that. Ruth, you are a winner.
I don't believe
Wait,
that.
I have to tell you that my shriveled brain picks Rob.
Good job.
I would never go see it. It's too simple of a movie.
Okay, well, there we go, just to confuse the matter. So, moving on, let's choose our next two combatants. And 1, 2, 3, 4, we will have Tim, and we will have DB. Tim and DB. Tim, the movie you will be defending is Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. DB, you will be speaking on behalf of Bicentennial Man. So, okay, so with this, Tim... Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, 30 seconds. Why is it better than Bicentennial Man? Begin.
Okay, so let's just start off with, do you have eyes? Because you can look at the TV and watch both of these and tell one is visually entertaining, the other one I don't even know what I'm watching. You're seeing elves and orcs and trolls and goblins and just all kinds of cool things, and then you're seeing this sad movie that I've never seen. I know that it's a movie because I've been to a block.
And that is time. That is time. Do you know what, Tim? You kept that suitably vague throughout. I couldn't actually tell which one was which. So, Tim, DB, you will now defend Bicentennial Man. Begin.
Okay, firstly, Bicentennial Man has Robin Williams, and it's like having Robin Williams for 100 years. So that's number one. Number two, Lord of the Rings is kind of like The Matrix in that it's stupid.
What?
Bicentennial Man is based more on reality in that he's a robot. I believe that could really happen with a robot. A robot could be around for 100 years and collect knowledge.
And that is time. Wait a minute. So you're saying, like, that a simulation can't exist, but a robot, that's fine. Okay. Right,
yeah.
So...
we know robots exist. They're everywhere.
But isn't that the one that the robot falls in love with the woman or something, or another
I don't
female
know.
robot.
Either way, let's quick, guys. We're gonna have to power through here. Ruth, who do you think made the better argument?
I could vote for Bicentennial Man.
Okay. Rob,
You
who
know
do you
what I
think made the
said?
best argument?
I was impressed with the size of DB's brain, so I give it to DB.
Okay, Stephen, who do you think made the best argument?
I think Tim did, because Lord of the Rings is indeed a more appealing looking film.
Yeah, indeed. Cap.
Well, I've not seen that Robin Williams film, but I do love the Robin Williams. Lord of the Rings, I love it too.
Okay,
but
it's not about which film, it's about who you think made the best argument, remember?
I don't think neither of them did.
Okay, Marty.
I'll give it to DB because, to be honest with you, I think Bicentennial Man is actually quite a pretty good film, and it deserves a watch.
Okay, so we're not voting based on the criteria of the game, but whatever. Right, so DB...
I know the fucking rules.
Okay, DB, you take it. Right, so let's find our next two combatants. Okay, it will be Stephen. And, oh, you've already done it. So let's see who we've got. Marty, have you done it?
No.
Stephen and Marty. So, Stephen, your film is going to be The Lighthouse. The Lighthouse.
I've not seen that. I have no idea.
Me
what
neither.
that is.
Marty, you are going to
That
be
makes a good
defending
argument from Ruth's example.
Halloween. The Lighthouse versus Halloween. Stephen, you will have 30 seconds to defend why The Lighthouse is better than Halloween. Begin.
Well, do you think that sailors and all people on ships should remain alive? Then you will be a big fan of lighthouses, because if you are on the sea and you cannot see land coming, you might crash into it and die. And those people have families and people at home who love them. Now, apparently they made a film about a lighthouse. That's very nice.
Okay, that is time. That is your time. Thank you very much, there, Stephen. Marty, why do you think Halloween is better?
Halloween is an excellent slasher film from the late 70s. It paved the way for John Carpenter's career. That's one reason it's better, is because it gave John Carpenter a career, and he went on to make some great films. But Halloween is a great movie. It doesn't rely on torture porn tropes. There's hardly any blood. It's all suspense. And it's just a wonderful, really good film, scary as hell.
And that is
also
time.
gave us
Thank you very much there,
Jamie
Marty.
Lee Curtis.
Okay, so going round everyone.
got
Tim, who do you think made the better argument here?
I gotta agree with the John Carpenter thing. It's a good thing he had a good springboard for himself, so it makes sense.
Okay, Ruth, I am just going to ask you. I don't know if it was just like a little bit of like the Omen or something, but there was something just like this child's face behind you.
Yeah, that was a glitch when I was trying to.
Okay.
I was trying to find my going to the bathroom background, but I couldn't find it. So I came up with the child. I'm going to vote for Marty because he really captured Halloween in its essence. And all the good things that the Halloween movie has to offer.
Okay, Stephen.
I played this game, so I.
Oh, sorry, shit. Sorry, no, my
I
bad.
vote for Stephen because
Okay.
I don't want sailors to die.
Rob.
I vote for Marty as well. He defended Halloween greatly. But if anybody wants to get lost in an acting performance, watch William Dafoe in Lighthouse. He is fantastic in it.
Okay, Cap.
Well, I've not seen either of them, but I do know the Halloween thing. But I'm not particularly a fan of it, but I would say that Marty did make the better argument. So
I'm just trying to save lives here, but alright.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, then I'll give it to Stephen. You know what?
Okay,
That's too good.
and DB, I don't think I asked you then.
You didn't know. I was Team Steven all the way up until Steven was finished, and then Marty did like really kicked ass with his knowledge of Halloween, so it's hard not to choose Marty.
Okay, I think Marty has just tipped it there, so now we will come to our last one. Is it myself and Cap?
Yep.
Myself and Cap. So, with this, I I will be defending Alien Resurrection, and Cap, you will be defending Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time. Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time. I will go first. Say why Alien Resurrection is a better movie than Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time. And my argument isn't actually based on the movie itself, but if it wasn't for the movie, there wouldn't have been the PlayStation 1 video game. And the PlayStation 1 video game of Alien Resurrection was the first one to have the twin stick control method, which we have used for Halo and every first-person shooter ever since. And so if it wasn't for that film, we would not be able to control first-person shooter video games. That is the strength of my argument, based on Prince of Persia, bad video game movie, whitewashed actor in it, bad. Right, Cap, it's yours. Go.
Well, even though on line of capturing video games into movies, they're all terrible, but Prince of Persia is one of the good ones. And you must celebrate one of the good ones, because it had like real good work put into it. Yes, it was whitewashed, but what is it nowadays? I mean, not old days. So I would really like the stunts. I really like that they had to, perform their own stunts. And one of them, the war scenes, the battle scene, taking over that castle.
Oh, that is time. That is time.
Brilliant.
Okay, so who do we think made the better argument here, Ruth?
Kat made a great argument, but you also made a very important, without the Prince of Persia, the control, there would be no big planet. So that's big.
Okay, there we go. I'll take it. It wasn't what I said, but sure. DB.
What? No, I thought it was with me.
I find Cap's Sri Lankan charm hypnotizing.
Okay, Stephen.
I find Cap's defense of whitewashing worrying, so my vote is for David.
Okay, Rob.
I think Cap defended the movie a tad better. I will give it to Cap.
Okay, and Marty.
I didn't understand either one of you, so I vote for Steve.
Okay, fantastic. So there's been a few debate rounds there. Very quickly, look, we're running very low on time, so let's just quickly do 20 questions, and we may have to... Actually, I forget, who won each debate, because I didn't give any points out. I forgot, my bad. Right, so, Cap, you get a point. Who else won theirs? Marty, and...
Ruth won ours.
And
Who did
Ruth
I do
won...
my debate with? I forget. Who did I do with?
I don't know.
With Tim, I think. With Tim, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Tim's had to hop off. So, with this, regardless, let's go on to 20 questions. Now, I am thinking of a character from somewhere within the world of geek culture. And you guys have to ask a question until you get it. So, I will tell you which order we're going in. Rob, you get the first question.
Is this character identify as male?
Yes. Ruth, your question.
Does this character fly?
No, they do not fly. Marty.
Is this character does this character have superpowers?
Define superpowers.
Well, how about just special abilities?
Debatable. I'm almost tempted to say no, but that would probably mislead you. But in terms of does the character have special abilities, that I'm aware of, no. But that may mislead you is the best answer I can give. Cap.
Are you in the superhero genre?
No. Stephen.
Is this character from a British thing?
British. No, they're not.
Thank God.
DB.
On the same note as in an American thing.
Definitely, yes. Rob.
Is this character known for being in movies? Is that what made? Is the person original? Is this character originally known for being in movies?
Yes. Ruth.
Does this character have a secret alter ego in the daytime?
No, they don't. No, they do not. Marty.
Does this person have a significant other that is as well known as they are?
No. At least not that I'm ever aware of. But so no. Cap.
Is this movie premiered from 2000 to 2015?
From 2000 to 2015? No.
Yeah.
Nope. Steven.
You know what? Can I tweet that question?
What? No,
Can
you
I
can't.
Can I go for 2020?
No, again, no.
You're like, oh, it wasn't actually from 2000. No. Right, okay, Steven.
Has this character been in a film that has or will come out this year?
Has this character appeared in a film that has or will come out this year? Let me just double check something. The answer to that is, I'm going to say yes. To the best of my knowledge. DB.
Oh, that means I'm next. Okay, I thought you were asking me a question. Well, you are. You are asking me a question. My question is a question. My question is, I'm killing for time, buying time right now with Pattern.
We noticed.
My question is, are they... Damn!
Are they
You
done?
can ask about the genre.
Do they run a secret association?
No, they do not. Okay, Rob.
Is this character in the horror genre?
I'm going to give you a slightly misleading yes.
It's
But
definitely not, I thought it was.
It's not 100% horror, but it's not horror either. But you're thematically horror is the best answer I can give you there. Ruth.
Does this character have a family as part of the story?
Oh gosh, once again, this is difficult to answer. In a sense, yes, but realistically, no. I might give you a few bonus questions. You'll all understand this when we get to the answer. Marty.
In a sense, yes, but not realistically.
Realistically, they do not. But in another sense, you'll understand why I'd say that they potentially do. Marty.
Is this character an investigator of some type?
No, they are not.
Slightly horror. Not sure about the year. Predominantly in a film. Has no powers. Does have a family, but not really. What else? What else do we have? It does not run a secret organization.
Doesn't fly.
It's not British. You know what? I'm just going to clarify this question. Is this movie came out between 2000 or 2021?
There is a film, yes, between then.
Ah.
Or within that, I should say. Stephen.
Are they in the MCU?
No. Not MCU. DB.
He said that they were not superpowers, so superhero genre, right? It's not in
Yeah.
the superhero genre.
Not superhero genre. Okay, DB.
But closer to the horror genre, but not horror. Which was very helpful.
I said thematically horror. You'll understand why that, but...
Sorry, I didn't mean to, I apologize.
Could it be Scooby-Doo? Is it like kind of horror, but...
No, but they're magic. They're a cartoon.
No. Like, in terms of story stuff, I can absolutely see why people would say that was... You know, why that could be considered within that, you know.
Yeah, it's cartoonish horror, but it's not so horror, but it's still horror.
But the thing is that he said that it was known by a movie. Scooby-Doo was like cartoons first.
Well, I wasn't saying that it was that, so yeah.
But we're talking about a character within a movie. We're trying to figure out the character within the movie, which is already hard.
Yes, Marty.
Oh, I'm going to mute Marty. Don't worry. I think he's just had to take a
Only
call.
live action. It's only a live action character.
Sorry, was that a question?
Yeah, so it's only a live action character.
No, it's not only a live action character.
They could be
Rob, I think we just messed up the order slightly. It's your question now, Rob.
I didn't hear. What was DB's question?
Oh, DB, did you ask?
No. Do you...
Until he comes with that, let's go to Rob's question.
Are you famous for your mind?
No.
Oh, that was a specifically not famous for their mind kind of no response.
Yeah, okay. Could take it that way. Rob.
Was there a movie before the year 2000?
Yes. Cap.
And it's all pointing to one person, but it can't be.
One person, Rob.
Well, I thought it was Ghostface, but that's obviously horror. Although it was a female is like Laurie Metcalf also played Ghostface, so yeah, it can't be Ghostface.
Oh yeah, Scream.
Cap's your question.
But that is technically is horror and thriller, so that can't work.
Like everything, there's a new one coming out. It's in the 90s and right now. No special power.
Can we consider Matrix as horror? But it's predominantly sci-fi, but it is kind of horrific.
Now, the thing I said it would mislead you. Like, that I'm aware of, there is no specific special power. It doesn't mean that there is nothing special, okay? That isn't to say that it's an absolutely ordinary individual. But in terms of a special power, I haven't, not that I can actually remember.
Was there a cartoon show about your character?
I'm going to give you slightly more than what I need to on this answer. This character has appeared in a cartoon show, definitely. Was it about this character? That would mislead you to say yes. But yes, they have been in a cartoon.
Oh no. Okay. I don't know.
Okay, Stephen?
Are they a Disney character?
No. No, Disney does not own this. I know Disney own everything, but I don't believe they own this character. DB, back to you.
No Touchstone movies.
Do you carry weapons?
No.
No.
Okay.
Does this character
we'll
not
say this is the
anything?
final round of questions now. Final round. So, Rob.
Have multiple actors played this character?
Not that I'm aware of. This might really start to illuminate something for you. Okay, so not that I'm aware of. I won't say more because it might make it super obvious, but no. Probably, but not that I'm aware of.
God, I'm so dumb.
Okay, Ruth.
Was this character ever a musician?
No. No. Never a musician.
I was thinking of the Phantom though. It's kind of like horror.
Okay, Cap, your question.
Okay. He did appear in a cartoon show. Could it be one of guest appearance in Scooby-Doo? Who's famous, like has a movie and appeared in Scooby-Doo? Technically been in horrors.
Okay, so are you asking have they appeared in Scooby-Doo?
Michelle
Yeah,
Gellar.
let's go with that. Yeah.
Okay, no, they have not appeared in Scooby-Doo that I'm ever aware of. I would be quite surprised. Stephen.
Has this character been enhanced with CGI?
definitely. And you know what? Just to give slightly more on this. In the past, I would have said no, but now, definitely. DB.
Still have another question? Oh, shit.
That's a question. Make
Well,
it a
this
good
technically is what I'd say should be the last question,
I
and then
guess.
if you
Wow,
want
that's not
if you
a lot
want
of-
to
that's
guess
not a lot.
after this, guys, I'll let you.
That's not a lot of pressure. Here's my question. You've already answered it, and my question is actually not to you, David. It's to everyone else. Did he say that there was a movie before 2000,
Yes.
Yeah.
and then not between 2000 and 2015?
Yes.
No.
And then there's one coming out now.
Wait. Someone said yes, and someone said no to
I,
that.
There was
I can
no
clarify.
movie.
So there is a movie prior to the year 2000, and then after 2015, and I think someone even asked if there was something upcoming.
Yeah. And you said yes, right?
Yes.
No, I think I know now. I know. It's me. It's my turn.
Yeah, it's your turn.
Indiana Jones.
Oh, really, really good question. Guess.
They had there was a
Crystal
There
Skull
was
came
the
out
Crystal
in
Skull.
2000. Yeah, Crystal Skull came out.
It is not
I thought-
Indiana
I
Jones.
thought that ages ago. I went, no, Crystal Skull came out in 2000.
It is not
Oh,
Indiana
man.
Jones, but what I can
Well,
say is that is the closest we've had to being on the right track. If Marty is back, Marty, I'm going to have to ask you to unmute yourself, just because I muted you for your own benefit a minute ago. Okay, Marty, just to recap you here.
Sorry.
No, it's cool.
Look it
Does
up.
anyone want to give Marty some? I'll allow Marty to ask a couple of questions on the trot. Does anyone want to recap Marty on what you've learned?
There's a movie before 2000, and then there's been one after 2015, and there's one coming out soon. Male, no real special abilities.
Has not appeared in Scooby-Doo.
Somewhat horror, but it's not known for horror, but has horror qualities. We're gonna figure out when the name is called. He thinks probably multiple actors, but he's not sure. As far as he knows, it hasn't. And
Closer to Indiana
Indiana Jones, but that was incorrect. But it was.
Yeah.
That's the closest we've got.
To clarify something, I wouldn't focus on multiple actors. Assume not, okay?
I still think it's Indiana Jones.
It's not Indiana Jones.
Crystal Skull, isn't it?
Right, okay, Marty, do you want to ask a couple of questions and then it'll be everyone's chance to guess?
Yeah, I'm not sure what to ask.
it's coming out.
I'll just ask what I was going to ask before I left. Is the character a serial killer?
Not intentionally would be the best answer I could give there.
Ooh.
Not intentionally. Probably not clarified as such, but so you wouldn't ever call this character a serial killer. But there may be some definition where you could say that may be accurate, but who knows?
But David, like, if this person can turn into a werewolf, would you say that he has special powers or not? Would you count?
If a person can turn into a werewolf,
That's a special power.
then they've got special powers.
Okay.
If they were to clarify that point, if they were naturally like a wolf man, for example, and they were always it, and they just like, would you say a wolf has special powers? It doesn't. It's a wolf. So if it is a beast character, you know, arguably it doesn't actually have a special power. It just might be a powerful being.
Oh yeah.
Have we asked that is he human or not? Have any of us asked that?
No one has asked that.
Yeah, I don't think anybody did ask that.
Yeah. So it's definitely not human. It has to be like that.
See, I thought Hellboy at one point, but that had a film before
If he's
2015.
CGI'd, yeah, he has to be. I mean, that's what I figured it was.
But that had a film before 2015, and
Yeah.
Marty,
Oh,
would you like to
Hellboy.
ask one more question and then people can guess?
Oh, Well, let's just clarify it. Is the character human?
No, definitely not.
There you go.
Okay.
Could it be like the fish thing in Lady of the Water?
In Splash?
What?
Is he counting Splash as the pre-2000 movies?
Like a
remake?
Was that movie like some remake of a 90s film? Was it?
It's not a remake, but it is plot point, the exact same movie.
Do we still have questions?
No, let's go on to some guesses now, guys. Any stabs in the dark?
Is it Garfield?
And there's going to be a new movie.
Wait,
this
what was
year.
that, Stephen? Did you say
Is
was
it
it Garfield?
Garfield?
It's not
Garfield?
Garfield. It's not Garfield. That's a great guess, though. Right.
There's supposed to be a new movie this year?
Yeah.
Upcoming.
Upcoming?
Well, okay, for clarity, it was asked, has there been a movie in 2021 or upcoming? That was the actual question asked.
Okay.
It could already be out if it's 2021. I think
Yeah.
is the point there.
Hardly anything's come out.
No, but to the question that's 2021 or upcoming, that implies
Guys,
it'll this year.
just like King
That's getting into the
Kong.
grammar of the question.
It's really that's really getting into the semantics of it all.
There's
But
been plenty of King Kongs within 2000, 2015.
Oh yeah, Peter Jackson song.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking something along like that, like some sort of like animal character.
Well, we know that.
But David has a smirky smile about it.
And they're not intentionally a serial killer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
not
So,
not
yeah,
saying
if
they
it-
are a
if he's
serial
a-
killer. I said if
John McClane.
if they are a serial killer. Well, see, is John McClane a serial killer? That could be a debate for another
It
week.
depends on your point of
blows
view.
up a plane. A bunch of people in it.
Well,
Well-
you can't claim John McClane's a serial killer. He's in active duty. So like, if you kill in duty, not like
Yeah,
you're
then that's
committing
true. It's
crime.
not
Nah,
it's
it
not
can't be.
legal. It's legal.
Yeah.
It's legal murder, I
Yeah.
guess.
So in that sense, what is your answer? Is he a serial killer? Is it like illegal serial killing that we are mostly aware of, like the Zodiac killer and stuff?
Yeah. So again, I would say don't focus on that. Like, I'd say more that they're not a serial killer, but like, so not intentionally isn't to mislead you. But again, you'll understand why I could give that answer.
Is it like a giant monster who just stomps people as he walks along?
Afraid I can't answer any more questions unless you want to
Chuck E.
guess.
Cheese. Chuck E. Cheese.
Most giant
I don't-
monsters aren't
I don't have a guess. I wish I did, but I don't.
Yeah, I don't either. I can't think of
Really?
anything
Am I allowed
furry
to?
and killerish.
I have a guess. I don't think it's right. Is it Jack? Nightmare Before Christmas?
It is not Jack, the Nightmare Before Christmas.
So I'm out.
Okay, who has not guessed? We're gonna have to rush you, Ruth.
I don't think this is right. Is it Dave the computer from
I thought about that.
is not. It is not Dave. What is that from?
2001?
Oh,
Hal. She means Hal.
yeah, Hal. But it could
Hal.
be Dave. Right. So, no, it is not Dave the computer, nor is it Hal the computer. Okay, who hasn't guessed?
Me and Steven and Marty.
I guessed.
Yeah, Stephen guessed
Garfield.
Garfield, which in a sense is closer than probably people would think, but it's not.
Always Snoopy.
I can't even think of a funny guess.
Ask our target audience.
Okay, question to go on, guys. Right. Okay, go on, Cap.
Is this person like Manimal or something? Is there a new movie about Manimal?
Are you asking, is it Manimal?
No, I'm clarifying to the others. Was there a new movie about Manimal?
Want it to be.
Not that I heard of.
Okay, so at a cartoon show, he's furry.
Wait, who? When did I say it's furry?
I'm assuming he's a furry monster.
I didn't say
Something
that.
animal-like. Something animal-like. So,
If it's a fucking muppet, I'm going to be pissed.
I have no idea. Are you the fish in Lady in the Water?
I'm
That's all I
not.
call
No,
it.
no, I'm not. Okay, who has not guessed? Marty.
Marty.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
I am
Good
not
point.
Sonic the Hedgehog. And now everyone has guessed. One of you at least. I'm going to say the answer has been staring us in the face for quite some time. I am the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. So, if you want to clarify any of the points there, like Cap, you mentioned a giant monster. Is that a serial killer if it crushes loads of people? I don't know that they definitely show the Marshmallow Man killing people, but you assume it does a lot of damage going through the city. Asking, does it have more than one actor? I had to think for a second, did it even have an actor? But in the original, it wasn't CGI, it was a practical effect. There would have been someone in the suit.
Well, isn't that like the demon is the one that turned into the Marshmallow Man?
What do you mean?
You said that he wasn't magic. The Stay Puft Marshmallow Man is magically delicious.
I said that he didn't have any special powers. What are his special powers? He walks and he climbs a building.
Being delicious.
Being delicious, you're saying. Being delicious. Right, and obviously there is the Ghostbusters Afterlife coming out this year, where the trailer has revealed many mini marshmallow men.
This is in the title, 2016 or Jesus.
Yeah,
2015, 2016, yeah. So there you go.
I would argue, David, is that Marshmallow walking and talking is extraordinary. He's not an ordinary Marshmallow.
But what's his special power? Now, this is why I clarified about, like, is a werewolf...
He's a walking, talking Marshmallow Man.
What's his special power?
Is he in the next movie? That's the question. We don't know.
Yeah, no, he's in the next movie. Like, there are the mini marshmallow men in it. Like, I brought up photos just because I knew...
Really?
Was he in 2016? I never watched that one.
Is there a special power that
I didn't say he was in the 2016 one.
Yeah.
You know?
I just said, yeah.
Is there a special power that they don't melt in hot chocolate?
But the thing is, they do melt. They set them on fire at the end of the first movie.
Yeah.
Oh.
It is just a giant marshmallow man.
But David, if you compare that to a wolf, is that wolf is just an ordinary wolf?
Yeah, a wolf is an ordinary wolf, and I said, like, so if a person turned into a wolf, I said, then that's a special power. But if you have a wolf man, I said, and it's just got strength, it's not. It's just because it's a strong being.
But isn't that the demon is the one who turned into the Marshmallow Man?
No, she can conjures it up.
What if the Marshmallow Man turned into a zombie?
But it didn't happen. I'd need to see that. I'd need to see
Oh, you're not sure though. In the new movie, they're tiny marshmallow. Maybe they're dead marshmallow men spawned into tiny zombies.
Yeah.
Oh, she was able to create it based on that's what Ray thought of. She didn't turn into. She didn't turn into him. She created him based on.
Yeah, there you go. Anyway, let's find out. People can debate whether there was anything sneaky within this character or not.
Good. You're good. I'm just a moron. It's like literally.
It is literally. It's behind you.
We all are.
It's behind you. Right. So with this, let's find out where we can find everyone's social media, starting with DB.
We can't anymore. After this show, I'm closing everything down.
Okay, Ruth, where can the people find you?
You can find me right here on Xstreamed sometimes when they let me come back.
Okay, Marty, where can the people find you? Oh, hang on, I didn't announce a winner. Just having a look here. Stephen, Cap, and Rob, you are all equal winners with 5 points apiece, so congratulations.
I don't know, wait. I have the character behind me and I didn't get it. I don't deserve any kind of victory.
I even joked that it better not be a Muppet, because I've got that back.
I actually.
Does that make me, Marty, and Ruth equal losers?
Yes.
No, so Tim, Marty, and... So Ruth and Tim and Marty are joint second. DB, you're in third place, and then I didn't get any points tonight because we didn't do any rounds where I could.
Well,
so.
you did beat us in the marshmallow.
Oh,
game,
true.
so
I get 3 points. So in fact, DB, you did actually come last. So thank you, there, Kat. Right.
In the Matrix, we're all winners.
There we go. Marty, where can the people find you?
On Instagram at What Would Jesus Blue, and here on Extreme Improv whenever I get the chance.
Okay, Stephen, where can the people find you?
You can find me nowhere. I'm not going anywhere.
Okay. Cap, where can the people find you?
You can find me in SWAT Deeds, and you know, even if DB closes everything down, you can still find him there. He's with the puppet.
Okay, fantastic. Rob, where can the people find you?
OnlineVarietyShow.com and getting Xstreamed as often as possible.
Okay, my name is David Pistansky. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at David Pistansky, spelled Pustansky. You can also get the copy of this book, which is in the real world, and you can get the Matrix edition on your Kindle. But with this, my YouTube channel that I'd like to point you to is youtube.com/ExtremeImprov. So from me, stay safe, always stay extremed, and live long and prosper. Boom, and we are off the air.
You are in the Matrix.
Awesome, guys. Enjoyed that a lot.
Always.